Chuggalos, welcome back to day 23 of the Brew Crew Podcast Advent Calendar 2023, the penultimate episode of this year's Advent Calendar. And I'm excited for this one because I know nothing about today's beer. Today's beer is Grimm Tetraplex 10%. And fortunately, it's a shorty from our friends at the Barrel House. I'm wearing my new favorite Barrel House swag, my hoodie that I just picked up there. So if you're in the area, please go down to Barrel House. They've got some limited quantities of new swag available. But with it being in a shorty, there's not much information so one has to go on the internet. So today, even though I'm on a bare bones setup, I'm going to bring up the website. But let's first go with the crack. And I apologize. Yesterday, I was talking over the intro, and the sound isn't balanced out with my setup. So this is a 10% triple IPA. And again, it was filled on the November 10th. I love that they always do that. Never heard of Grimm. Wow. There's a lot. So I've got the Untapped. I've got the story on it. Maybe we should go with the Untapped first before we go into the brewery. So we're going to do it a little bit in reverse because, again, I've never heard of these folks. So let's check out the Untapped. So it's a triple IPA at 10%. That was one of the few things that was on the label. And most recent brew, March of 2021. I don't know if this is a 2021 triple IPA, which, as we know, can work out. IBUs, really, it's not on there for a triple IPA, but Tetraplex is an amped up Tesseract at 10% ABV. This triple IPA is deceptively easy to drink, 100%, and even more hop flavor than the Tesseract. Is bio-hopped? I don't know anything about that. We might have to tune into JT and Svil to get some more information on that. And double dry hopped with Mosaic Cryo, and is exploding with flavors of pineapple, mango, gummy peach rings. So that's going to be the second peach ring beer that we've had of this Advent calendar. Mandarin oranges and melon. Interesting. I get a lot of those, but we'll do it in reverse. Let's go back to Grimm, the website. So grimmales.com. I already did and again, out of Brooklyn. Sorry, Stacy. I think it's our third Brooklyn beer that we've had this Advent calendar. So let's click into it. Fairly simple website. The Grimm Experience Tap Room, Rooftop Terrace Bar, and Lala's Kitchen. Interesting. Beer library, wine, shop, merch. All right, let's go find out about us, because that's really, again, never heard of these individuals. After my first impressions of this beer, they're definitely on my radar. Is a renowned worldwide stylistic innovator and respectful champion of tradition. Okay, New York State Brewery. Joe Grimm, an Ernst Weil indie experimental musician, and Laura Carter Grimm, a former sculptor and conceptual artist. I feel like the joke is there, like when we watch House Hunters, and it's like I shop at farmers markets, and my husband is a color pencil sharpener. Our budget is $1.2 million. So to be an experimental musician and a former sculptor and conceptual artist, so those are like very fringy type professions. So it's interesting that they're taking that unique perspective and are like, you know what, we're going to be brewers. But they operating so they were nomadic brewers. Okay, so gypsy brewers, as we've called with our friends like Nor in particular, and now nomadic. And then they opened their own facility in 2018. So they were borrowing other people's lines, and in the last 5 years have opened up their own brewery, which is pretty awesome. Grimm have been at the forefront of several innovative beer styles that have become fanatically popular. After receiving viral acclaim for their TIPA, the Grimms introduced dry hop sour ales. More dry hop sour ales, please, as a precursor to sour IPAs. Again, I want to see more sour IPAs. I don't care the price point. I'll pay $15 a can if it's a good one. Their related pop. All right, current project, spontaneously fermented ale, which again, lactobacillus and everything. And Svil will blow your mind with his knowledge, as he has multiple times for me. And JT is a great avenue at asking those probing questions. All right. So, anyways, final nights, everything. Let's go back. Let's go back to my ugly mug. Okay. All right. So this beer is wonderfully smooth. Doesn't have much head. Enough. I get those flavors. That pineapple, not so much the mango. That peach ring a little bit. The other beer that we had, the Chonk, I believe was the peach one, was much more flavorful with the peach. But that was one of the pedestals of that beer, where this beer is more the hop profile. The cryo and everything that was built into it are definitely hallmarks of this beer, and they come through. Not so much Mandarin Orange, but definitely the melon. God, this is good, smooth, and for a 10%, it's not very filling. So like most IPAs, the reason you can't drink too many of them is it's just got too much of a body, and it just takes up too much real estate once you're starting to ingest it and enjoy it a little bit more. This is completely unique in the perspective that it doesn't have that taste to it. Wow. I've never seen Grimm. I've never heard of them. This is a wonderful first impression and foray into it. The Brooklyn beer scene just must be dynamite with everything that has came out of there, especially if we look at our advent calendar thus far this year, with like Kings County coming out of there, and I believe there was another one. I know it wasn't Masthead, but Kings County for sure, which offered up that Nectar Protector, which was a good double dry hopped. That had a much more bigger butt to it when you were drinking it. You like knew that it was a full flavored IPA. With this being a triple IPA, and it's such a unique. There's so many, like I think 120 mid is technically classified as a triple, which I wonder if this could age, because if we look back on Untapped, it said that it was brewed last in 2021. Is this one that's been around and just been sitting? And it could be because our friends at the Barrel House poured this out of a shorty, so this goes down quick. Man, I would buy more of this in a heartbeat. Wow. It's just so citrusy without being one citrus. It's completely balanced, and it's not effervescent. It's not like a pop by any means, where like the carbonation is overcoming, and it's present, but it's not needed there to seize the day or to win the day over. Man, I am vacillating between two different scores. Chuggalos would probably be able to pick. Off the top rope, I'm going to give this a 4.75. This is a true delight. I can't wait to see if there's more. Talk to Sarah and Matt and the rest of the cohorts at Barrel House, and see if this is something that's going to be on their agenda, or because it is 2 years old, if that's some of the maturity or whatever, because you can mature most triple IPAs or whatever just because that ABV or whatever allows it to be more either keg or shelf stable. Okay. Wow. It's as a penultimate beer, this is amazing. The fact that completely under the radar, had no clue what it was, because again, in a shorty you don't know the style. I mean, I wrote it out, but I knew that it was going to be Grimm. I knew it was going to be the Tetraplex, but I didn't know, again, the information there without doing a little bit of research before, and I'm glad that I did, so I could set it up a little bit and share it with all you, the Chuggalos. But yeah, off the top rope, if you see Grimm, high recommendation. This might be a beer. I don't know if it's going to be a Tripping Animals Morning Colada, but this is going to be one without having a bunch of gimmicks. A lot of those beers that we've had before that resonate throughout the years, throughout the many different advent calendars, had gimmicks or whatever. That coffee sour, which hasn't been repeated since. I haven't seen a coffee sour. If I did, though, I'd pick it up because of what Morning Colada did for that style, in my opinion. This is just a triple IPA. There's a lot of triple IPAs on the market, so this does more for the brand Grimm than the actual style, because triple IPAs for the most part are quite good. Yeah, again, off the top rope, this is a 4.75. It's the penultimate episode of this year's advent calendar. Sorry, Stacey, she's a banger. I hope wherever you guys are, you're with friends, family, and loved ones, and you've got plans coming up. Christmas Eve tomorrow, and then the last episode of this year's Advent calendar. But I hope you all are well. Cheers.